Oh, it's on now. Hey, it's on now. Y'all don't, man, please. This is a blessing for me. Not only a blessing for the city of Phoenix, for the FREEZ TV community, for the streets, for the industry, for everybody involved who's a part of this movement, man. This next guest that I have on the show today, man, we was just talking about some shit off camera that was just so deep. I just was like, man, turn the fucking camera on. Turn this shit on, man. I don't even care. We not doing no super intros. We not doing no nothing today. We just want the people to know. Life is amazing, man. The turns, the trials. Like, when you meet a person, you might meet a person at like 5, 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, whatever. And when you meet this person, you just see a child. You see the purity. You see the innocence. You just see them just living. And then these people begin to grow. And as they begin to grow, they have obstacles, they have trials, they have tribulations. They go through things in their life, and then they become a father, a mother, a basketball player, a barber, a welder, a bus driver, a president. They start becoming things, you know? And the person I got with me today, he became a superhero. You feel me? Excuse me. He's a fucking superhero. A modern day superhero. Somebody who I want my kids to know. Somebody who I want your kids to know. Somebody who I want everybody to know. Because the trials and the tribulations that this young brother has went through to become who he's became, he would be easily have an excuse to say, I quit. I'm banging. I'm just finna shoot up everybody. I'm finna go jump off. I'm finna crash dummy. And it will be justified because of what he's gone through. But he ain't do that. He ain't do that. He went and got him some boots. He got a cape. He got a motherfucking mask and tied it around his head. And the nigga started flying around and became a superhero. So that being said, y'all help me welcome to the FREEZ TV community my loved one, man, Young Face. Peace. Yeah, man. Hey, thank you for coming in, man.
Grand on Trumps.
Man, hey, you deserve it, brother. Like, this isn't this platform that we doing right here. This right here is about, like, Noriega and them got the shit now on Drink Champs. They like, we trying to get people our flowers, like, well, and I think that's dope. I deserve some flowers. I hope somebody give me some flowers. And there's some other niggas who deserve some flowers. Hey, much love, man.
For the vibe of the whole factory.
Man.
You know what I mean? The studio is great. When I walk in, I felt it.
Yeah, the vibe. It's a vibe, bro.
Energy is good. Yeah.
It's a lot of people who trying to do whatever, but you one of them people, bro, that just, you did it. You know, you've grinded. You've made your own way. There's no stamp. There's no like, Young Face is on because he with these niggas. Or Young Face is on because this nigga stamped him. You just did this shit yourself. You know, before we get into the music and we get into the controversy, all the street shit, all of that weird shit that's going on, before we get into that, tell these people who you are, where you come from, where it all started. You know what I'm saying? What was it like being a child, just growing up out here? Like, what is it, man? Get these people a little something so they can know who you are from the soil.
Shoot me, man. My name is Benjamin, which I created the Benjamin Blue Apparel. Y'all tap into that.
That's dope, too. Yeah, that's dope.
With that being said, first and foremost, gratitude once again, bro. And I got you some merch, MBKMSK Apparel, Young Face Apparel as well. But a little bit about that MBKMSK, it takes it back to my childhood. I grew up as a young kid in Parks and Recs. Parks and Recs community, near the projects, on the west side with my grandmother, and then I was back and forth with my other grandma on the south side. You know what I'm saying? As a kid from age 4, my father was incarcerated when I was 3, and he was convicted for about 200 years. You know what I'm saying? So
shout out Pops too,
shout out Big Face.
Cause I'm one of the people who, like, I'm from Phoenix,
yes,
so. Yeah, growing up, your dad is a real superhero, a street superhero, you know, so it's kind of a pleasure to just even be able to talk to you. It's kind of like goddamn like some Larry Hoover shit with Lil Larry, or with some Big Meech with Lil Meech. You know what I mean? So, you know, elaborate on that a little bit more. Being a youngster with a father like that, and even dealing with the fact that your pops has to go to prison and do so many years, and you gotta grow up, and elaborate on that, bro.
Yeah, it was tragic. I actually watched my father go to jail. I'll never forget that night. And I feel like it was by the grace of the Most High that it was because of us that they didn't shoot.
Mm-hmm. You mind telling us that story?
So my father was, one night it was a traffic stop, rogue officers that are actually gang tasked, as we know, you know what I'm saying, being from the town. And they were doing a routine stop. And it turned into a standoff. And the standoff turned into one of my uncles and my dad's best friend. They sent the dog in first and foremost. He killed the dog and they just opened fire on the whole house. But it was a standoff to the point where the whole community was out there and they were like, y'all kill him, it's gonna be a problem. Standing for their community, you know what I mean? And from that point on, those same officers came back and they did a routine stop about months later and things like that. And my father was convicted for shooting at one of the officers, blowing his leg off with a 30-06. Mind you, no one was hurt. One single shot. It was a traffic stop. 5 bystanders in the car that was pulled over. 2 officers. As they walk out and approach the car, as soon as they approach the car, he struck. So from that point, they shut the community down. They brought out the Coast Guard, shut the power down in the community. It's a standoff. They looking. It's a man. So from that point on, we find out it's my dad. Long story short, and we push back to it, right where he's allegedly at. And then he finally comes out because he hears us screaming, "Please don't shoot, don't shoot." And the ghetto bird shine a light on us. He recognized us, they recognized us, and he surrendered. But at that point, when he did come out, he was armed, so I felt like he was willing to hold court in that street, just like the police was willing to hold court in the street. But from that point on, growing up, I was raised with my grandmothers, both of them. One Mexican from Mexico, you know what I'm saying, speaking Spanish. I speak Spanish as well, so I'm grateful for that side. And my black grandmother, which is the first African-American female to have a synagogue in the city of Phoenix.
That's dope. Yeah. That's dope.
And taught me my ways as a Hebrew Israelite. You know what I'm saying?
What's that like growing up as a Hebrew Israelite?
It's nothing. I can honestly say some people, and I've witnessed it. My grandmother's husband, for example, may she rest in peace. If you wasn't our way, you was the devil. So I seen it from a child to learn certain things, and I've also watched my grandmother go into churches and speak the truth to pastors and be like, it hurts me to see its peers that she went to school with to become a pastor. You know what I mean? She like, it hurts me to have gone to school with you gentlemen and you still come preach the poison to our people.
Like we know this.
What? And the pastors would ask her to leave the church, and I'll leave right with her. And they're welcome. We'll leave gone. But I asked her why, and she taught me. You know what I'm saying? She taught me some things. You know what I'm saying? And from that point on, I was raised off the King James Bible as well. You know what I mean? But it was just the things that she taught me and stuck.
You got a rich childhood. That's why I'm gonna bounce around and I wanna, and when I say rich, I don't mean money. You know what I mean? I mean culture. You know what I mean? You're very cultured. So when people hear your music and when people see you projecting on the stage and doing what you're doing, they not knowing that it's a lot that comes into that. Right. It's a lot that's coming from a place of where your father's at, what you went through with your grandparents, and getting to where you are today. Like they not knowing that you done went through so much shit. But no, go ahead. It's just your phone. If you tear it up, it's yours. But, you feel me? Yeah. No, but I just want to stay on your childhood though a little bit longer because it's dope, man. Like I think it gives people a look into the behind the scenes in your world. Because a lot of times we meet people and we don't know what these people done been through to become who they are. And if we don't take out the time to talk to them, we ain't gonna know. So that's what I want to do. I want all these people who watch my shit to know how dope you are. Like, they already know how dope you are as a rapper. They already can see how handsome you are and how swaggy you are as a man. But I want them to know who you are as a person. Because I like, if you watch my show, I only interview people that I think is fresh. If I don't, this isn't an open forum. This isn't just, hey, come get on the show. If I don't think you fresh, you can't get on my show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this ain't that. Go to them other shows. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to project something. This is what I want. I want the world to see you and know that this is what we represent. We got fresh niggas around here. You know what I'm saying? So like, man. So what schools did you go to growing up?
Schools growing up, man. I actually went to a magnet school from kindergarten. I got elevated to that, but my mom was moved around so much until about 8th grade. My mom went through some tragedy. And mom's low-key dipped off, but it was a doctor recommended that she would lose her sanity.
Yeah.
She had 3 miscarriages back to back with her fiance, so they took off, and I was just on the porch with my granny, my sweet lady, basically.
Man, I just got goosebumps when you said that. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't expecting that, like, cause you said your pops went to prison, and then you said that it was just you and both of your grannies raised you. But so I was like, damn, should I ask him where was mom's at? You know what I'm saying? But
Mom left. You know what I mean? It was forward, you know what I mean? But I just felt like it was the wrong time.
it was destiny though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it was kind of, it was written.
So I'm pushing, man. And, but coming from as a kid, man, raising my grandma, I'm talking food boxes. But I love the essence of going to get a food box. Like,
Yeah.
It ain't about the sad story, but it's about what I went through, what people portray. You know what I mean? And you actually feel those feelings of going to get food boxes and hoping you get the cakes with the berries in them.
Yeah.
Or hoping you hit for the cheese. You know what I'm saying? Grilled cheese, you know what I'm saying? So, nice days like those. And then one thing about Pops nigga on, you always make sure you sign us up for the Angel program. Shout out to the Angel Tree program. They
That's
still
dope.
working.
That's dope. That's
They
dope.
used to come with a bag full of toys for us.
What's the name? We do that. Shout out the Angel Program. That's something that we do. We do it. We do that now. I've been doing it for like maybe the last, I want to say like 8-9 years. I donate probably a little bit. I'm not gonna say how much money, but it's enough to make sure that a bunch of kids whose parents are locked up get toys every year. And you know, I'm not a Christian. You know, I don't believe in what they're doing. But yeah, but I still want to make sure that just because when my wife went to prison, I understood how much it means for the kids to still receive something from their mama.
That's crazy, bro. I feel like life is about understanding.
It's perspective, bro.
That's one of my views on life.
Yeah.
That's one of the first ones. I want to say that rule number one. Life is about understanding.
Well, give us some rules. What's your rules? Break down your rules.
I share a few.
Come on, give us a few, bro. And then we'll go back to the interview. But give us some rules.
And one of mine is life is about understanding. So somebody may be the way they might be tripping, for example. They might be tripping for a reason. It's not for you to give that same energy back. Understand what they're going through, probably. I mean, if it's not an empathy, let's push. And try to give positive energy to that person.
Right.
Like every time I pull up to a light, not every time, but here and there, if it's in my spirit to give, if I'm at a red light and it's a homeless person, I'm not giving you no money, but I'm looking in the back. I got some snapbacks. I got some merch in there. Let me go and get it. You're gonna be rocking it.
Yeah.
And it's about love, though. But it's also branding as well. Because they in traffic.
Yeah. Literally.
So, but the giving back, the essence of giving back is good. Because I was giving too as a kid, you know what I'm saying? But it was rough. But I went to school every day. I learned to pray every day. In which I grew. And my grandma, when I was about 14 or 15, she passed the cancer, colon cancer. So she taught me everything I know, how to be a man. I've talked to my dad every day. I was raised from that place, you know what I'm saying? But it made sure he called. She made sure I knew my grandma and which they worked together. So I met with my co-parents.
That's dope.
My nana and my mama.
Yeah.
Because my black grandma don't like grandma. She said, you call me nana. I said, that's right. Yeah. So it was
when I become a grandpa, they better not call me Paw or some shit. Y'all better call me OG or something. Call me Godfather or something. OG or something, Pops or something. But don't be calling me no goddamn Paw or no Grandpa. Hell no. I feel it.
Man, so yeah, they made sure I knew, like, you know what I mean? And back to my Spanish side, all my aunties and uncles, they black and Mexicans, they have breed, you know what I'm saying? So I got the quarter in me, but I'm raised by them. But my mom, up to her dying days, she taught me everything I knew about my culture as well.
Yeah. And what's that like?
Spanish.
What's that like?
Watching Spanish TV. Shout out to Chef Emerald. In Spanish though.
Yeah.
Bam! You know, I'm watching that. It's better. Now to send me to the candy store, go get her some sodas. When I come back, it's fresh tortillas made on the thing.
Yeah.
Might be some homemade green chili in that motherfucker. So it's like, it was just that. And then when we sit down, she like her natural life. My mom like natural life like a bubble.
Hey, that's something. See, that's something that a lot of people don't get to witness, and I think that we have something special out here in the Southwest. Not just in Arizona, but you know, Texas, New Mexico, and we kind of got something special, in which is a culture that's rich with diversity, because most of us are like I'm a quarter Indian.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And my grandmother is Mexican. You know what I mean? She's half Mexican and half Indian. You know what I mean? My grandma. You know what I mean? So it's like this something that we have here that a lot of people don't see. So when I'm in Atlanta, when I'm different places, they be like, you mixed? You? And I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm black. But then I have to remember, my grandma ain't black. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of people around here that has this same look. So we all kind of got like a certain caramel complexion. Our tattoos look a certain way. We all, because we're kind of like caramelized out here in the desert. We like a mixture of everything. We kind of got it good.
We got the special elements of the sun.
Yeah, all the power. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call you a superhero. I see it. I see it in your presence when you. I was looking at your Facebook page, and you was at the old school show the other day, and you on the stage with DJ Quick and Corrupt, Spice One, RBL, like, yeah, man, and it's just, it was a good look. It was a real good look, not only for the city, but for I like whoever threw that party, man. Shout out whoever threw that festival. Yeah.
Shout out to Chris Kano.
Chris Kano?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shout out Chris Kano, man. That was like, I didn't go, but I watched it.
My God, man.
And the way that they allowed you guys to interact with the celebrities and be a part of the show, that's what we need to see more of. Yeah. Like the people here need to see you with them.
Yeah, Chris Kano, my God. So
you know?
Chris Kano, well, I'm gonna get to Chris Kano, but matter of fact, we on it.
Go ahead.
So Chris Kano, man, showed me love, man. I've been working with Chris Kano since I came on. He believed in me at one show. At first, he looked at me like, maybe judge the book by its cover or something, and didn't think of what it was. And my bro was with me, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the game, we went out there and filled the celebrity together. We showed them. They started rotating the stage and all that.
Yeah.
We rocked the show like the headline.
Yeah, you are a headliner.
And yeah, man, and from that point on, like last night, I didn't perform. He was like, he apologized to me, but it wasn't that. He was like, bro, it's all love, don't worry, I got you. And I'm talking about, we walking to stand in line. The line is long, you feel me, bro? What? Chris Kano personally come get us with his staff. Everybody think we shark got this. They trying to push hold up, and you know, people drunk, people hot, people on their shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, let's go. Chris Kano come get us and take us right through. I'm talking about presidential experience and everything. We came in, the entourage that was with us, the ladies and the fellas wanted to go get drinks and shit like that. Man, something told me, actually, no bullshit, I heard two-tone voice from the parking lot. I said, man, that sound like my nigga. I said, that sound like my people's, man. I swear to God. I said, man, what happened? Man, they said, what happened? I said, I'm gone. I pushed off by myself all the way to the crowd, straight to the backstage. Chris had to go take care of some other things. Straight to the backstage, walk right up to him right there. Fat Belly Films, Slim is right there, and DJ Swerve on the 1 and 2. Man, you know, it was a great entourage. It was it for me. Yeah, it was great.
deserve it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? The energy from the crowd when I got the mic, they thought I was gonna perform, but I appreciate it. It's a moment I appreciate a great experience.
Man, that's dope.
Sitting with Corrupt, you know what I'm saying? BG Knockout, once again, that's my guy. He actually communicates. He's like a mentor to me because I follow him and I watch his way. He's brother from the Nation of Islam, you know what I'm saying? But certain protocols that I like it, you know what I'm saying? DJ Quick, very humble. Who else? Corrupt, man. Back to he funny, bro. He funny. He a great rapper. Yeah, you can tell that old Crip nigga is an old nigga that just to see him grow. You know what I'm saying? Certain things I take from that.
But how does that feel to be in that company?
It was excellent, bro. Cause even when Mr. Capone deep, he like 20 deep. I pushed through the whole thing. It's all love. We slapping down, you know, flicking up. It was love. Like that was dope. Just everybody entourage. It was love with it. Cause one thing about it is about energy. Some people might push and keep moving. All right, man. Everybody, we chilling. They like, yeah. From where the cameras at? That motherfucker light up. Every entourage, everybody we put. Shout out to X-Rated. Don't let me forget my guy.
X-Rated.
Yeah, man.
X-Rated was in the studio with Yo posted on the thing. He got X-Rated in the booth going crazy.
Shout out to Yo.
Yeah. Yo going hard. Shout out Yo. He just dropped that True Life.
That's right.
So y'all make sure y'all go out and support that, man. Shout out Yo, man.
I was actually at the studio, at Yo's studio, and with somebody I ain't gonna let y'all know, but we been working R&B. Yeah, hard. Yeah, but it's really for the streets though. Like y'all gonna feel that.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's called Domino.
Here, so let's take it back to the. No, we you done got you got my wheels spinning on music now.
Yeah.
So how did you get into okay? So like you're a child.
Yeah.
You being raised by your grannies.
High school.
You getting it in.
Yeah. Back to the school. So I went from going to the magnet school, then I slid over to Savage. I went to Clovis Campbell first, actually. Then I went over to Savage. Actually, I went to a school when I was 2, which I had a great experience over there. Met a lot of people I know to this day, some professional players and all that, and rich kids.
Rich kids.
I stayed on 48th Street where the apartments is. So you get Section 8 and shit like that.
But you got the blessing.
Absolutely. I catch the free Amish bus.
Yeah, I did that. I did that when we first moved to Oklahoma. My mom got her Section 8.
Yeah.
We hit Oklahoma. We was living in this apartment complex called the Royal Oaks. And it was like real expensive, and we on the golf course, and people thought we was just like, nah, nigga, we on Section 8 up in here. I think our rent was like $30, $100 or something, but go ahead though. So
yeah, I jumped from school to school as time changed. And at one point before Mom had left, she went to Arizona City. So that was something that I disagreed with, but I went to school anyway. And that was another experience where I met people and networked with a lot, you know what I'm saying? But it's in the countryside of Arizona. You know what's up as far as the geographics and the demographics. But it's a lot more diverse as well, like we was talking about.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got the Reds right here. You got a lot of Hispanics in this area. And blacks is out there as well.
Nah, yeah, I like it. My grandmother used to live in Coolidge.
So I loved it because of the land, but it was just, I don't know. I was
city boy.
I was away from my people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
city boy.
So I went to school, but I went back to my grandma. I went back with Nana, man. And high school came, man. I went to Cesar Chavez. So I'm riding with the South Mountain, you know what I'm saying? And we playing ball, playing football, playing basketball at the time. Basketball went well. I'm lightweight. Well, I'm living in the hood at this point. I'm staying at my Nana house. 1977. And I'm seeing the ways of things, you know, but I'm raised and I've been seeing it since a kid. So, like I said, I watched my pops go to jail. When I'm at my Nana's house, I see the police pull up, shining lights through the house just for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Keying up the cars that my dad had, shit like that. Crazy shit. People getting beat up, you know, what's the brother from Ryan Watts? Excuse me. This is right far right there. What's the name from the Watts Ride?
From the Watts Ride. I'm not sure.
It started the Watts Ride. Excuse me. What's his name?
you got my wheels turning now. But keep going. It's gonna click.
It's gonna come. So with that being said, I was just following the ways of the older ones. But I'm going to school. I'm a straight A student. I'm going to school every day. I'm playing ball. But I'm coming back to this place off the center bus, straight back to the hood. I have a great day. Go football practice. I'm like, fuck, I gotta go back to the hood. But I love it too at the same time. It was a love-hate situation because I loved everybody that I grew up with. Because I really grew up with. You know what I'm saying? You can understand that. So I feel like that was a gift and a curse for me. I actually excelled on the college from playing football and on an academic scholarship, in which I went to Jamestown, which is in a small city called Jamestown, North Dakota. I played Division II AA football for about a year. I went to Scottsdale Community. When I dropped out for that lasted about a year and a half. I loved it, but I actually got into an experience with the clan out there. So I felt like it was the best, and I was, and I was homesick. I only had my knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And my pops gone. I'm like, damn, I can't go visit my nigga, you know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck. So I came, what was it, Christmas break, hey? I came back on Christmas break, I see the bros. All the bros sitting on sixes. Niggas got Francos, niggas got Brandon Weasel, monkeys and all that. I'm like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Everybody else. I'm like, oh, I'm not going back.
Yeah.
I ain't go back. And when I didn't go back, my grandma finally told me, my nana that stayed down in the city, downtown, she told me, like, baby, I got cancer. And it was just a sad situation until the day she passed away, you know what I'm saying? Because that's, like I said, that's my sweet lady. But one thing I feel like I take, we was talking about death. And like I said, I feel like one of the rules is death is motivation to live, if you live. You know what I mean? So like, putting your energy to that, and you'll be that. Just like the company you keep. You hang around folk millionaires, you'll be a flip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm pulling coattails. I mean, y'all got you for doing it at this point, but that's one of the protocols I took for my sweet lady. Like, just her accomplishing being a pastor. I watched her go from walking with a walker till one day she had a blessing from the Most High through the walker and said, I was walking. But I remember we was walking around the block getting them legs strong. Cause I'm the one to put the lotion on or whatever, I'm putting the Epsom salt for show in the tub. But I'm rubbing the legs, you know what I'm saying, when it's need be after service and the night before service, and helping her with a knee high system, you know what I'm saying? So I remember the essence of those things, you know what I'm saying? So
It builds character.
yeah, it built a lot of character. And one thing I can say, they say it's hard. I know Pac says a woman can't raise a man, but shit. My sweet lady and my nana, they both raised me for sure, and I gotta salute them. But I never take that from my pops because he did his damnedest and he's still doing his damnedest. You know what I'm saying? We about to get him home, we working. You know what I'm saying? We actually got our appeal into the federal court, so we work.
That's dope. Congratulations, man.
Yes, gratitude.
Yeah. As long as you keep it, like you said, that positive energy, you keep projecting, you're gonna get positive results.
Absolutely. And from college, I came home, man. Gift and the curse, as I was saying. And also the energy that I learned from what I'm about to get at is I started thugging, man. I started seeing fast money and I moved into the fast money in the wrong ways, you know what I'm saying? Robbing, you know what I'm saying, hitting licks and stuff like that. So from that point I was like, man, caught myself in a whammy for the people I thought was my homies. They ended up telling me, and I actually went. For my partner, he got kidnapped. My answer ain't on me, you feel me? Who I thought it was, you know what I'm saying? His mama cooked meals for us, his mama prayed for us. We sat and ate dinner, you know what I'm saying? I knew Spanish, so she loved it, and I loved it back because it was genuine. I'm talking about we eating the deepest of the Mexican culture, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about caldo, you know what I'm saying? Soups and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah. Before the games, we playing semi-pro football. I landed a deal with the little semi-pro football thing, but I'm getting paid. It's a small bag, but it's good.
Yeah.
And so 15 a game is good. I can do that. Coach a millionaire. So it's solid. So I'm doing that. That's how I meet my guy, but it's also my sister, brother people, you know what I'm saying? And get kidnapped, whatever. We found out he get kidnapped, so he missing for days. missing for days. And it's on the record already for what I'm about to get at as well, so y'all understand. In the case that I lost, or I pleaded flat out too, but we're gonna get to the details. And anyway, long story short, who I thought was my partner, he ended up telling him he got kidnapped. They released him. Excuse me. Let's get back to the details. They released him. Whoever kidnapped him, beat up, he bad, he fucked up, but they didn't kill him. So whatever, God was with him, whatever the case. And from that point, we were like, okay, we're gonna get him because he knew who it was. So we go back and we gonna go get him. And at the point where we feel like we're gonna go get some get back, it's working the house. So we end up going, and he ended up being the first person to tell. First, long story short, the situation get jammed up. He wasn't the first person for. Thought it was my best friend, man. It was crazy. Then I watched him walk in and do his thing, you know what I'm saying? So I had to play out to the case that I had to do, in which I had to do 5.5 years. Then I was out on bond. I wound up at the Nipsey Hussle concert. I'm a great Nipsey Hussle fan. Been going to Nipsey Hussle since 03. The first was Pushing Bullets, Ain't Got No Name, and Hustle in the House. Wound up at the concert, still playing semi-pro football, making a nice little bag, and, you know what I'm saying, thinking I'm doing what I'm doing. God had a plan. So I get into a situation, and I'm gangbanging with some cats that who was looked at to me at that point as my rivals. They grew up in the South Vista, but I got family from the South Vista, family from Park South, family from all the hoods around the valley. With that being said, we ended up in a situation as to where I was pressed on. I was, gang culture going on, gang shit going on, to be honest. I was standing by myself and the gang pressed me with coaching protocol. And I was surrounded, and I thought I was going to lose my life, to be honest. And one thing about it, my grandma always told me, you always have faith for anything. Manhood before yours. I just always kept that, you know what I'm saying? I had to do what I had to do to defend myself, you know what I'm saying? I had 3 guns, one to my head. And one of them was by my own cousin, which was the hardest part. You know what I'm saying? That's what I didn't understand. But I was incarcerated, I was facing 200 years. And with that being said, I went to trial. I stayed in the county jail for 2 years fighting the case, man. 2 years. Finally, I went to trial. Went through testimonies after testimony from the state gang task. I'm talking about detectives from 94, 90, yeah, when I'm only 4 years old at the time. You know what I'm saying? They coming to testify against me.
Because of your father.
Man, what? They telling him, yeah, he got the keys now. The big face is locked up, man. Boom, boom, boom. You know, it's like, whoa. But I'm learning this shit is not a game. That's all the tough shit. One thing I do say now is one of the rules that I am gonna say. You spend all that time to the young black man, Mexican man, young men period in the world. Don't spend all that time acting like you're tough to go spend all that time pleading to the jury how you that innocent. I'm serious, bro. Like that shit is no joke. I spent 2 years fighting 200 years. No plea on the table, no none of that. We going aggravated max. It was 31 people shot. I'm facing this way. My alleged rivals was facing my way, according to documentation, and trial standards. And it was impossible for me to have shot anyone behind me if I'm shooting this way. And by the grace of the Most High, it was a surveillance camera that didn't come into the last week before the verdict, before the jury goes into deliberation. Thank you. And the last week before, it was a Thursday, because ain't no court on Friday, and ain't no trial on Friday. And they wheeled on the TV. I'm telling you, he said there's no evidence. We didn't get to review it because it was last minute. I said there's no evidence, and y'all didn't get to review it. What the fuck going on? He said, oh yeah, and they're gonna bring your dad to put on the stand.
trying to get you. They trying to tie you to.
Shout out to Dan Cafana. That's my guy. He's a grade A lawyer. Like he's a very intelligent guy, a young man as well. You know what I'm saying? And like, he's one of my what would I say? He's an influence on my life as well. He getting money. He's a lawyer. He's an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? But he tells me, yeah, there's new evidence and this and that. And they will the TV and it's the whole movie. So we see the surveillance. We see everything that go on. Cause they trying to find out who was shooting what way at this point to count up for all these victims. 15 years apiece. Plus endangerment. Plus the gang shit. Leader of the criminal street gang and enhancement for the criminal street gang because they saying you did this shit for the gang. That's how they gonna say niggas screaming gang and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I try to lessen that type of talking. I'm not knocking. I bump NBA young boys and all the great. I shout out to them guys because they do it. But we gotta I like what the baby got going on. You know what I'm saying? But talk about the struggle is real. You know what I'm saying? If you're really going through it, but don't choose it if you have an option. Because I feel like at this point in life, now I understand like we all got an option. But I understand when people say, "Damn, I ain't had no option." I ain't had no option. I'm at Parks and Rec every day, which I seen Coach FREEZ. Coach Roster. No, real shit, you know? Right or wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At Parks and Rec games, in which I'm happy to do. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to hear that shit. Like, I'm happy to have seen it and have gone through it because them was my highlights of a childhood. Like, when it's time to get on that bus, the van, it's called the bus to us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We line it up. Hey, coach, I got the jerseys in the ball bag. Yeah, I'm riding shotgun. They are, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm on that type of time. And yeah, I'm riding with my family, and that's how I met my family as well. That was from the South Side. You know what I'm saying? Because who I come to find out, shout out my cousin Mooney. Who I come to find out, he was also a bridge to the coaches. You know what I'm saying? He showed me my family that's from the West Side. He showed my family that's from the South Side. We all playing on the same ball team. Then we ran in the yard. I'm like, damn, I want to play for them. I see my big bros, my cousins, and them. I'm like, oh man, because they was a little older than us, so we know. I don't remember if we played against y'all, but I think y'all was a little older than us for sure. But man, I always wanted to play for y'all for shit show.
Yeah, we was dope.
You know what I'm saying?
We had some people who became something. Lil Turan went to the league.
Shout out Bro T Brown, that's my big bro right there.
Yeah, he went to the league on these niggas, man, winning. Man. He just, we had some good times. But after all of that shit, and you ended up having to sit down, what was it like?
That's when I started rapping, bro. That's crazy. It's crazy you said that. So I wound up in prison for the home invasion. I ended up signing for kidnapping, and what the fuck? They dropped the armed robbery to a burglary. They gave me a plea for 3.5 to 7. My first offense. I wanted to take it to trial, but who I thought was my best friend was willing to come to trial and testify, in which he only got 7 years probation. He never seen him jail. And then another one, he was a repeated offender. He got 177 years, but he was willing to testify as well to better his behalf. So my lawyer, we had just beat the 200 years in trial after they put the TV in and all that. My pops came for an interview. They interviewed him, asked him all kind of questions about is he running shit and doing this and that. He's like, man, I've been behind bars for 28 years. What do you want to talk about? I can't tell you nothing about Lindo Park. I can't tell you nothing about South Phoenix. I can't tell you nothing about none of that. I can tell you about my 8x10 and my beautiful wall. That was the weirdest shit I watched my pops say. You know, so it was like, man. But I got to see my pops. I had been locked up for 2 years, and I'm like, they trying to do me like him. They trying to do me like Bigfoot. It was a real feeling. Everybody canceled me out of my family. Everybody, bro. He's done. Oh, man. Nobody wrote me. Ain't nobody to call home to. But I used to get my messages from pops. Ice cream, man, it's good. He's like, man, it's all good. Just keep your faith. That's all. One thing he told me. Keep your faith and hold your head high. And I did that. My lawyer kept me comfortable with that as well. You know what I'm saying? He kept me with the fresh suit. Brought me the tie. I fucked him up when he seen me tie the tie. He like, no, tie. I said, come on, man. Don't do me like that. He said, my bad. My man, he was a white dude.
Yeah, you don't know that girl was a sweet lady.
Well, you mean
sweet lady done already told me that.
Yeah, I also played golf though, bro.
Oh yeah?
When I was 9, yeah, my fault. I was a kid, I played golf, so my golf instructor, Mr. Calvin, rest in peace. I golf for Nike. And Mr. Calvin, he also taught me how to, you know how to tie it? And I messed up one time, and he always made sure I know how to do it before practice. Yeah, so we get it there, I got to tie, get on the green, hit the putt. Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? So back to the penitentiary, man. I wound up in the penitentiary. I signed the plea for the home invasion case after I beat. The verdict came up 12-1 on trial. Or 11-1, excuse me. One person. Mind you, I didn't have a jury of my peers. That's a given in Arizona and throughout the world or the nation. You know what I mean? Throughout the world, excuse me.
You just had a jury.
Yeah, I just had a jury. But it was this one young girl, ASU student. White girl. She had an argument with the jury. And she was like, y'all can't see from the footage that
He shouldn't
and from the
insulate.
testimony and who was accurate and who was inaccurate.
You watched the movie.
We watched people come to the stand, point me out. We watched the detectives do this and that. She said you can tell that they trying to do him like his father. And they still voted that I was guilty. But because of her, all you need is one vote. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High gave me that vote. And I beat that trial, boy, a week later from me beating that trial, they didn't want to let me out. They came to me with like, you either take this plea or we going to trial on this. Because I just costed them probably about $10 million. So I ended up, my lawyer like, you want to go to trial? I do. They're like, I don't recommend it. We got 2 people saying this, you was involved in this and you did that. I'm like, man. So I signed the plea for 3.5 to 7. So I told them again what they want. I had my coach come in, I had influential people coming in, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, those Meadows, Wilcox, etc. Jericho Angelo, Jerry Williams, Cody Williams. Shout out to the black community, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they came and did what they could. This is before she was the chief of police, you know what I'm saying? Her husband actually wrote me a letter. And yeah, man, I signed the plea. They gave me 5.5 years. Wound up in prison. I become a TA. I got tired of dragging that rate for 25 cents. I want the job that pays 75 cents. So the closest job that I can get that pays 85 cents was being a TA. I said, shit, I can do this. I went to college. I didn't graduate, but I know I could have. So I said, let me help people. So what my duties was to help people go to college and help people get their mandatory 8th grade literacy or their GED. And then we got the college course if you qualify. So I help people. Mostly brothers and Chicanos and white boys that didn't have their GED or their 8th grade literacy. I was like, man, but they fathers. I'm like, bro, and I have children at this time. I'm like, bro, y'all gotta go home one day. Y'all got daylight, right? And they would be joking around, clowning. So my boss, he would say, Mr. Johnson, I need you to get the retention rate up over here, man. I see you got the center of attention because like at my table, yeah, we learning, but it's also a lot of joking around. Some days everybody wanna rap, but I'm not rapping. I was in the county jail. I used to hate when people were rapping after 10 to 10. It's a problem. Fucking dogs. Cause it's about respect, you know what I'm saying? But I never like people trying to rap, but I love music. I still listen to Sade. I still listen to Lauryn Hill. I still listen to Bob Marley. I still listen, you know what I'm saying? Things that my mama taught me as well. Cause my mama taught me life is a game and these are the rules. And once a job has begun, never leave it till it's done. So there's some folk and group as we come along, you know what I'm saying? So I stuck to that, man. But it was in my first day in prison, it was like, God damn. But I was happy as hell to get on the bus and see Tempe Marketplace on the highway. Just to see outside, because all I was doing was on the
Looking at walls.
Yeah, I was looking at walls, but I could smell the ballpark when they got the fucking dogs on the motherfucking grill and shit like that. I'm like, God damn, it's crazy. Then I get off the phone, my bro, shout out to me. Yeah, you feel me? I get up, shout out to my little brother and my baby sister. It's her birthday, by the way. My
Happy
sister,
birthday.
Yeah, shout out to my sister Riri and my little bro, Lil Ben. They stayed, kept that money on the phone, you know what I'm saying? They was my 2 lifelines, I ain't gonna even lie to you. But all the females...
That's so important.
Yeah, you damn right. And that's in which I started my brother's keeper, my sister's keeper. That's MBK, MSK, yo. You know what I'm saying? I got 7 brothers and sisters. I got got 7 brothers and sisters from my mom's side, and I got 7 brothers and sisters on my daddy's side. So I got 13 other siblings. And I started something that we can all be involved in. We're still growing, learning how to. I'm trying to learn how I can incorporate all them, but we all got talents though, and a lot of them is in school right now, so that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. So we growing still, but I want to incorporate it. But I've been pushing it since I came home. My brothers keep it, my sisters keep it, which we give back, and I want to tap in with you and your foundation to give back as well. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to expand and learn and grow. Yeah. For sure.
We got something big this year. We want to do a Toys in the Hood. Mm-hmm. We connecting it with the whole national Toys in the Hood with LA, with Atlanta. In Atlanta, you got Jeezy, Gucci, all these niggas come together and they do Toys in the Hood Atlanta. And all the kids in Atlanta don't even really need no toys because the rappers is giving. Like, parents don't gotta spend no money because of the rappers. Back to school, don't no parents gotta buy a backpack because of the rappers. You know, yeah. And them niggas is really from there and they really put their money back into that. You know, and then but then that's why they get so much support. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I want to do here. So I'm interested in bringing you in on something like that and letting you kind of like lead it. But so you was saying that you didn't even like rapping.
Yeah. So as I'm a TA, I used to get on and I'm like, bro, we ain't here rapping and shit. They're like, how about you rapping? We having a big conversation with my whole class. I got the biggest class because I'm really the area where the Chicanos that can't act like they can't do the ways of what's looked at as the negro ways or whatever in the penitentiary. They really like this how we is on the street. Like that's, you know what I mean, they really listen to rap. They really get lineups and be fresh. They wear pro clubs too. Mm-hmm. You feel me? They wear Levi's too. Dope mans or whatever you want to do. You know, I love that. I'm like, that's because it's my people too. It's like I got that in me. But it was ways that that was their getaway, and they would come act normal like face. And like, hell yeah, you come to my class. Yeah, it ain't like that. Mm-hmm. Come to my class, shit. You solid? It's good. You know what I'm saying? So if you good, you don't care if you white, black, chief. You know what I'm saying? Pink or purple. Don't cross that line. You know what I'm saying? Because they in there too. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got no, you know what I mean? I'm not homophobic, but don't disrespect me. And my manhood, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's how I am. So with that being said, I did my time, man, and they was like, you bust a rap. I'm like, hell no. I said, how about this? You pass your GED or whether it be your GED or your 8th grade literacy, you pass your GED, then I'll bust a rap. I said, all of y'all, I had a full class that day, all 12 of y'all. Whatever you need to do, when the finals come up, y'all pass that shit. Now we're gonna work every day to do it, and on Fridays we'll have Freestyle Friday. That was my mandatory, that was how we did it, that was my schedule. So I'm walking across the yard, my folder every day, setting the report. I ain't man, I'm doing my thing. My shirt tucked in, I got my badge on. See, that's the thing. That's another rule that I learned. We do all that tough ass shit to go against our own. But you gonna tuck your motherfucking shirt in, and you gonna make sure your bunk made before you walk out that motherfucking door. 704 compliance, what they call that shit. You feel me? So it's like, man, I remember every day of that shit. You ain't got nobody to call. You might get some pen pals, some shit, you know what I'm saying? Some old bitches might pop up. You might get a jug and open that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Which I got caught before. Well, I ain't get caught when they just found a picture. They charged me with a year, half a year. I had to make it max out. You know what I'm saying? So it was what it was. But me being a TA, they finally passed their test. All 12 of them. Because when I'm giving the education to them, I'm just putting it in the form. I'm like you was talking about, you the bridge. Remember we was on that topic before the camera came on? So I feel like I'm that bridge, bro. Like with you, we extending that. Because we bridging the gap between we understanding this community and our community. And this echelons, and we bringing this echelons. You know what I'm saying? Man, we bringing what they call it, legacy and longevity. You know what I'm saying? I feel it. Like I want well for my kids. And so forth and so on. You know what I mean? So I had to learn that. Like I was deep down looking at them walls every day. But I learned I'm reading. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bumping rap before 12 o'clock. And I'm back on that now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bumping no rap before 12 because what you project in your mind and your brain and your ears and all that and your vision and your surroundings is what you know what I mean? What you come into. You know what I mean? You can't put the energy to that to survive out here, or you be walking around looking like the zombies that we see nowadays. Because we got a new crack. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just real deal. We got real, like, what they call, what's that movie that came, what's that show that come on, well, I ain't gonna wreck our brains this time with zombies over here. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, so, man, they passed their test, man, back to that, and, I had to write a rap, man. I wrote something like Roses are red, violets are blue. And then I was bumping Real Nigga by Boosie. One of my favorite rappers as a kid. Like, you from the South Side, I'm from the South Side. Boosie beat trial 5 days before I beat trial. Boosie got out a year before I got out. I was like, this shit's crazy. And he was facing his life. I'm like, this shit crazy, man. It's only right. So the song was called Real Nigga, and I made it, and it was like one for a real nigga, smoke one for a real nigga.
Let us hear a little bit
about the real nigga. He said I was raised by a real nigga, from a fence as a little nigga, way back in the mud, big face, sweet lady. What he say, big face? Damn, I forgot it. Big face. Yeah, I can't even forget the lyrics of that mug, man. I'm so stuck, man. That bring me to tears. But yeah, that's a deep song for my sweet lady, my pops. You know what I'm saying? Way back in the mud.
But that's what lit the match.
That fucked me up. Yeah, that's what lit the match up, bro. And they was like, yo, your voice, bro. Your voice. And how you just, bro, you gotta keep going. I'm like, nah, man. I'm good. Back to free. I still gotta face about 20 Freestyle Fridays at this point. Yeah, I'm still pushing. I'm about months to the gate, you know what I'm saying? My teacher, my boss, which is the actual teacher at the time, like some days he'll actually teach the whole class, you know what I'm saying? Even though I just sit back and just watch the class, you know? And he was like, yo, I heard you rapping, man. It's an old white dude, but he's also a professor at U of A. He get up and go fly in Cessna plane on Saturdays when he don't work at the prison. Cause I told him, why you come to prison every day? You know what he told me?
What is that?
He said, because I believe in some people. He said, I don't want to apologize to you because when you came to get a job, you had your beanie on, you reminded me of Easy E. But you didn't have your pants sagging. No, he said, you didn't have your pants hanging off your fucking ass. He kept it one. That's when I kept it 1,000. I said, we speaking freely. Man to man. And he said, he threw me a stack of papers, by the way. Like, it was a big ass stack. And it's the test. It was the 8th grade literacy test. GED test. Fast that motherfucker was smoking, you know what I mean? Smoking aces. Like, I don't know what he thought I was. He said, I judged the book by its cover, man. He said, but I didn't see your last name was Mr. Johnson. And his last name was Mr. Johnson.
My last name Johnson.
Man, like, we family. Yeah, I ain't gonna say that. We family.
For real.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Legendary shit. You know, roots. You know what I mean? I believe it. And he was like, I want to apologize to you for that. He said, but you did hell when I heard you rapping, man. He said, man, you ever come out to Tucson, come see me at the college. You know what I'm saying? And he wrote all the recommendations, and the warden came in to see me, watched me teach the class. He heard about the retention rate dropping down to 0%, like literally. Like, we was pushing. Niggas wanted to come to school.
Yeah.
Like, then the OGs started falling in, like, hey, man, I'm trying to get my. They talking about people using time back. Whether it be in Chicago, whatever, then they were like, oh, okay. Yeah, like, it was political though, but I changed the whole essence of the yard because people wanted to come see the ball games. Yard two playing. We dragging shit. And I hate to come back out to the game coaching and to see how it is because I know it's another generation, but when you go to the prison, you from the South Side, you gonna walk up to everybody that's from the South Side or everybody, you're not gonna single yourself out like that. You're not. You gonna get somewhere. You gonna get into compliance. You know what I'm saying? So don't, you know what I mean? I try to say that, I try to push that message, like don't put your time and energy to the negative or the outcome will be negative. In jail, graveyard.
You know what's crazy? Some of the realest interviews that I've had and some of the best conversations that I've had of substance have been with the artists or the young brothers who done been to prison.
Hell yeah.
And I was talking to, I don't know, I interviewed I be talking to so many people, but I was talking to somebody and I was like, do you think that that's like where you learn how to stand on your square and understood more about manhood and just?
Hell no. I don't wish that place on nobody.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, no.
I'm not saying it that way.
No, I know, I feel you.
But it's kind of weird because, like, a lot of people who just out here moving freely, they look at you, Lil Dutta, Desert Baby, and who else? There's somebody else that I done interviewed or talked to, and all of you brothers stand on politics and principles. Young AK, that's who it is. Young AK. And all four of you brothers stand on y'all politics and on y'all manhood. And there's so many people who ain't been to prison, who they just swaver. They over here this week, they over there this week. But then it takes me back to what you just said right now when you said, no matter what you own, when you get in there, you gonna get it together. And so why do you think that is? Why do you think that it's such a, like, when you came home and you saw so many people on weird shit, like, what did that do to you? Like, thinking like, damn, because I know you went in there separate. Then once you got in there, you had to lock in. And then when you come home, you like, and you still who you are. You still got reputation of shooting up this shit and shooting up this shit. You still got reputation of beating this case. You still got reputation of all of these things. And some of these people is still out on this goofy shit. And now you projecting a whole different energy. But how do you deal with the people? Because it seems to me, this is just my opinion, because I've never been to prison. But my wife has been to prison. And it just seems to me like when people come home from prison, they stand on a different principle. And they have a different, just a respect level. Like they just not playing. Like it's just not really a lot to play about.
All right, man. Thank you for saying that. That's a great point, Drew. That's valid. So with that being said, why, in my opinion, why I feel that way? Because you're in a place that's what you call below zero. You dead to the world. Out of sight, out of motherfucking mind. Feel me? And at that point, nigga, you gonna play around, or you gonna get somewhere, or you gonna wind up somebody bitch, or you just gonna be a fucking bum in the penitentiary. Everybody, and they gonna get your ass up out of there. Cause you know what I'm saying. One thing about it, you gonna walk as a black man, you know what I'm saying. Being a black man is, and then I guess being looked up to for the brothers. You know what I'm saying. We not finna cause no unnecessary attention for no reason. You gonna do what you gotta do to get out, to get in stay at this hotel and get the fuck out. If you got freedom. Cause this niggas in here on the line like Junior Sneed and Tommy Lynch and Bulldog and you know what I'm saying? And you go down the line and Big Face, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my pops, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna name the ones that I was on the yard with because they never let me get with my pops. I tried it. Got to the Sally Port, they be like, you don't got no keep-aways over where you trying to go? No. They come back. They're like, come on, man. Sergeant come back. He tell me, come on, man. You look just fucking like him. I said, come on, man. Just drop me off, Sarge. Just drop me off. That way they'll take care of me in the morning shift. At the child. At least I get to spend some time with my pops. You feel me? Fuck child. I'm going to my pops here. Yeah. He didn't let me do it, long story short, but you know what I'm saying? I got close, but you gonna have some protocols, some essence of life, because at that point you're already dead to the world. What I taught my class and what I'm trying to project to the people that listen to my music as well. You feel me? And if you want to know about Benjamin, in which I created Benji Blue, my brother's keyboard, young faces come naturally. Like it's not made up. We don't need no stage names. It's natural. As you, my bro could stamp that. You know what I mean? Like he said, there's no stamps needed and things. It's just a given. I can't make this up. Right. One thing I can tell you, I am. You feel me? I feel like I am the essence of the Most High. You feel me? Because the essence of the Most High give you character. It give you some comedy. You know what I'm saying? It give you some pain. You know what I'm saying? But it never give you more than you can't bear. You feel me? And through everything, you know what I'm saying? I got bros that done lost their moms, so I had to learn to appreciate my moms because My mom just came back into my life since I came from prison, but my mom's one of the ones I felt that kept me out. And for being in prison, I felt like fuck. So arguments with my sister, and they're like, "Why you act like this?" Speaking of where I come from, why you act like this with us, but you this close to these people? I said, "Cause that's who I grew up with. I apologize and no disrespect, mama, but you left me." That's one of the deepest things that I go through in life. But I promised myself that I would never put my kids through what I had to go through. So I do my damnedest every day to make sure my daughters get anything they want.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I push. You know what I'm saying?
So,
in the music.
So they finally let you out.
Yeah. So they let me out, man. Oh, actually, so I started rapping after Mr. Johnson. Me and Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, you had to start rapping.
Yeah, he was like, man,
You had to start rapping.
He said, I look forward to seeing you about a year after you get out on the billboards. And I said, you know what, Mr. Johnson, I'm gonna do that. And he got to do that, so I came home rapping, man. And shout out my bros from Fly Assassin. They booked me some time. I talked to them on the job one day, and they was like, yo, we got you whatever you need, however much time. Shout out my Fly Assassin group, because they didn't have to do that. But that was their way of showing love, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I went to the studio and met my guy Willie Animal at the bakery. You feel me? He's a great engineer, man. He's becoming a producer as well. Like, the dude is immaculate, bro. And like the vibe that I feel when we go there, and my bros have rushed that same feeling. Like, you can make content is what I walked into this when I came into the factory. You feel me? Like, I love this vibe, bro. Like, shout out to everything you're doing, because when you can feel good engine, you can feel comfort zone. You ain't gotta worry about, you can focus on what the fuck you do. I feel like I'm not only a rapper, but you know, so I'm an entrepreneur, but when I'm rapping, I wanna be able to be comfortable and make some fucking music.
Yeah.
That the people can feel that. That's all I wanna bump in my shit when I jump on the highway.
That's what it's all about, though.
Absolutely.
Or what you doing it for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I do it because I like it. So I came home rapping. I'm talking about Atlanta shows. I did a show with T Grizzly when he first got out. And I always said I was gonna do something with Boosie. Boosie came to Arizona one time. Boom, I went to that show. I'm making bangers. I get to meet him. I take a picture with him, but he was sick. He was choking when he was walking out the stage out the celebrity theater. I went and got some bottles of water. Oh, it's my moment. I'm thinking like this. We in Arizona. We not Hollywood. You only get this in the end. I'm pushing. Straight to get the water from the bartender. Push out with the water. I grab some clean towels that on the way out. Boom, they had that for the special area, you know. Grab that, boom, ran to him. Wrap this round, boom. Boom, they looking like his security and his manager, which is they all his family. I come to find out, they like, oh, man, thank you, man. Boom. He take the water, chill, we walk off. Me and Ray Sean Nicholson, by the way. Free that man, you know what I'm saying? He going through what he going through, you know what I'm saying? But it's unfortunate, but like, one thing about that situation in detail, I wish him the best on it, you know what I'm saying? I never wish that place on nobody. But gotta stay mindful of how we play the game out here. And not what, you know what I'm saying? You gotta learn from that place, because he also came from the penitentiary. You know what I mean? He came from hurt. You gotta stay pushing forward.
Right.
Especially if you come from doing, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, man, I just kept pushing from the music. And I ran into Boosie, man. We ran into house to him. We was about to walk off. Boosie called us back like, no, don't leave. He caught his breath, you know what I'm saying? Stopped coughing. We flicked up, boom. Got an Instagram, exchange, boom. I'm coming back, baby. It's all good. I'm coming back. All right, come back. That time I caught him downtown. I had the money on. My budget was right. It's all good. So I'm chilling. I pushed the Boosie. I come to the back. It's down at what's the Monarch Theater. Justice and them walking him in. I'm like, yo, boo, dang, I gotta go. I done went through 10 phone calls. Everybody running the bag up on me with prices. I run the boo. I'm like, yo, look, this is what I got, man. I'm trying to get that, man. What's happening? Like, you got the money right? I'm like, yeah, I got that. What's happening? Take him down to the green room, and then, you know, Justice and the owner of the club, they like, yeah, young face, he the truth in the city, man. I ain't gonna lie. They vouch for me as well. You know, just natural giving energy and respect, because it's mutual.
Yeah, respect.
And that was one of my greatest moments. Went down to the green room. We took care of business with paperwork and you know, paperwork. So we kept pushing from there. And we booked this. I went on stage with Boosie. Rocked out with Boosie. Just got the energy and learned skills on how to do this and do that, because I'm already city behind it, really. Like, it was pushing. Because they anticipated to see it, because they done heard about, like, you know what? I done dropped one little song on them. They're like, oh, yeah, he got it. And, man, it just blew from there, man. We went from the stage to the after party in Scottsdale. We got VIP treatment. You know, we were boozy. It's up with it.
Mm-hmm.
So we get that. I'm like, yeah, I can get used to this. You get used to this. And from there, we did it like how they do it down south. They don't do it like that down here. So really, you might get some artists that really push and do the overnight shifts and things like that. But you don't find people with their studios open overnight and things like that, which is one thing I like about my bro shit. That's amazing. So from the club, we up with it. Like, no, we're not letting down. Straight to the studio. At that point, I'm like, yeah, we talking studio, but I just want to see. It was a lot of people like owners of studios there. They was like, yo, bass, take it to my studio. Now I'm like, oh, now we can talk radio. That's what I do. I said, yeah, I really get used to this shit. Cause you also become a middleman of things. I got a blue check without the blue check phone. I got 20,000 motherfucking followers on Instagram. Won't give me my motherfucking blue check. I'm not tripping. It's not what it's about. One of my purposes of life at this point in life. I'm 30 years old. Everybody think I'm 25. I'm grateful for that. For the most high. My goal, and one of my goals is to leave legacy and pass on hope. Cause it can get tragic, man. When you understand the feeling of being dead to the world, when you understand death, I came home like funerals ain't the same. I didn't cry. Can't really, you know what I'm saying? Certain people though, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's like, it's cold. And people that I grew up with, that's looked at as my big bros and shit like that, turn their eyes on me, natural envy, catching fades and all kind of shit. But it's like, damn. So you learn like you a grown man. You're not that young nigga no more when you left it. Niggas, but I understand you looked at it as competition to some people. You don't pass hate. Can't pass hate. Real talk. Anger is one letter word short of danger. Real talk. I had to learn that too. I had to work on those things. Like I say, with my moms and my sister, they're like, why you this way with us? But I love y'all to death and I'm over there. But at this point, we better. You know what I'm saying? I love my mom to death. She just beat cancer and things like that. So the Most High really blessed her.
Congratulations, Mom, to beating cancer.
So now we still in the healing process after they found all the harmful cells and things
Get
like
that shit up out of there.
Absolutely. She went the natural way after the post-op because she didn't want to do all the medication and things like that. So mom's a strong queen for just enduring that and giving birth to 7 of us. I love her to death. It's just that we are what we've been through.
Yeah. That's what this whole interview is about. Remember I told you from the beginning, we not even gonna talk about music.
But some people don't keep it 1,000. Everybody keep it 100 like emoji. Everybody don't keep it 1,000 because 1,000 ain't for everybody. Because I've learned that. You know what I'm saying? You gonna keep it the truth. Don't act this way when we're not around this, and then act this way if you from this hood or this hood and this hood. You can't do that. In this music culture, Arizona not raised up on shooting up every block and all. Yeah, it's been gang violence. Don't get me wrong, I've been through that. I lost a lot of loved ones. Painful. I've been through it. But that's not our rap culture raised on. You know what I'm saying? Talk like, you know what I mean, smoking the opposite things. No disrespect to the I like the drill music. You know what I'm saying? It's hot. But that's not how Arizona came up in the music. No,
right,
not
right.
You know what I mean? That's not what.
That's not our culture.
Absolutely. So don't portray to the people that you surround yourself with, whether they might be from out of town or, you know what I'm saying, record label. Don't portray that to them about our culture like that, and then say that I may be your enemy or this may be your enemy. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. We passing good energy. We're gonna do what we do. Do your thing without beefing. It's hard for people to do. It's only a select few artists that be doing their thing without beefing. If you listen to music.
It's like people use other people.
All right. Talk to me. I'm listening to you.
To try to get that energy.
Oh, okay.
Instead of just projecting your own.
What?
I think it's marketed to you. Like me and Two Tone was talking about that. I think it's hard for people to appreciate you and appreciate the next person.
Boom. That's the why.
Without
One
comparing.
of my rules is what? Life is about understanding.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that people have that view that you just went through.
Because they've been
have
marketed.
those views that you went through.
But that's what they see on TV. Like as a kid growing up, I always saw the commercials. I said this in my last interview, how on the commercials it'd be like, cheer, leading detergent, this one, or it'd be the dude sitting on the porch eating the pizza, then he stand up and turn his hat around and he got a Pizza Hut hat on and he going to work. You feel me? Like they've always marketed to us. In order to like this, you gotta not like that.
Absolutely.
You know, like I'm a Suns fan.
That's right.
So when we playing the Lakers, they beat LA.
I'm a Lakers fan, but
And I'm like, I don't hate the Lakers.
but I am a Valley boy.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? So why do I gotta just be hating the Lakers because I like the Suns?
Yes, sir.
You know, and I think that's something that's hard for people to understand, that you can be who you are and still be appreciative of who the next person is.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I think rap music kind of did that though.
Yeah.
Rap music, it got so many people competing for that top spot
Yeah.
that it's like, how can we both be at the top?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but with the music,
So I respect it. And
you
that's
have
why
to you have to respect
yeah.
it.
Hell yeah, because I got a story too.
But not only that,
You know?
you're one of those ones.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people around here who doing what they doing, but
Well, see,
you're one of the ones that people are looking at.
gratitude, and I that's about, like, I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, I'm a real nigga or I'm a solid nigga. I let the people be the judge of that. So gratitude with that.
Yeah.
Being said,
Well, no, it's not about
influential basis.
Yeah, it's not about real or solid no more.
But that's what it's about.
Nuh-uh. What's her name?
Not
Lil
about being
Dutta.
solid. I'm not saying it's about
Yeah.
being solid. I'm
No,
just
Lil
saying.
Dutta put me up on something.
Go ahead.
And AK said it too in his interview. It's authentic.
Whoa.
We only fucking with authentic individuals.
Okay.
If you authentic, what is there? That's like me. I never bang no hood, but everybody know what hood I'm from because it's authentic.
Absolutely.
I didn't have to get put in.
Yeah, hell no.
I'm from there.
Yeah, no jumping shit.
It's authentic.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Where you
Can't
from?
be mad at me for where I'm
Yeah,
from.
you don't.
I
You,
grew
you
up,
never
my granny-
became. You
yes,
never
sir.
became Young Face.
Yeah.
They called you Young Face when you couldn't
When I
talk.
came out, all right, thank you.
When you was on the bottle.
Yes, sir.
That look at Young Face,
Yes,
little
sir.
face.
Exactly.
So you are who you are. Like even Lil T,
Yes, sir.
his daddy and who. That's where we come from out here.
Fucking right.
So we can't project nothing that ain't real to who we are. You know what I'm saying? But I want to stay on the music right now because this is the good part.
So I'm rapping with Boo. We hit the stew after the club and the whole experience.
Man, you fuck around and book Bookie. How you do that?
So when we come through, he kept it 1,000 and we went there like.
I mean, Boosie.
Boosie, yes.
I'm talking about Boogie. Shout out Boogie.
Yeah, shout out Boogie.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Much love. And Lil Boogie.
Yeah, and Lil Boogie coming hard too. Lil Boogie going
I
crazy.
promised him we in the stew.
No, Lil Boogie going crazy. He been,
right.
but this interview ain't about
my
them.
bad.
It's
Yeah,
about you.
back to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm rapping, man. I get in the stew with Boo, man, and we come up with a banger. And he actually had McDonald's to go orders like in his phone.
Yeah.
So real talk, like it fucked me up. I said that nigga really got. He was going through shit, seeing if he can catch the beat with it. And I go, I said I'm finna go, and he like, damn, you ready already? I sit down because we sat for about 45, 30 minutes real quick, smoking and just, I had a couple of the bros getting a good experience with me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hell yeah. Running the booth, we go in there. We went to Icon Studios at the time, by the way. I was the only one
That was open.
that came back and was open, actually. So, we get in there, man, like gas, he like, I come out, he like, damn, he said, that's what you got? That's how you coming? I said, hell yeah. He said, that motherfucker hard. And I watched him with my own eyes. He deleted everything he had on that motherfucker, cleared the screen. He said, run that shit back, man. The homies is in there. They say they laugh. Everybody laughing. We smoking. Like, roll this shit up, man. I gotta come hard.
Yeah.
That nigga came hard. I'm gonna show you some sneak peeks, but we gonna drop this Arizona.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's dope, man. How did that feel doing a record with one of your idols, like somebody who you really look up to and have been looking up to?
It was real, man, because bro did this, like he went through that same experience. So I was like, what's your point of view of that shit, man? What's your protocols? Just to pull this coattail, and he's at an upper echelon of life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, how you look? I mean, what you doing behind the music? What you doing this? He chopping it with me. Yeah, man. I'm like, I'm gonna get the video, but I ain't got the bread right now. He like, just hit me. And he gave me his personal line, cause I came with that bag. I ain't want to talk to nobody else. No man, just nothing.
Oh, you did that.
And he kept 1,000. I was like, no, man, you come. We went in the studio, we were recording with Chop Business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was like, yeah, correct. So from that point on, I just went again. I went through withdrawal, just growing up, being free, traveling the world, more shows. You know
Man, I just saw you on the computer the other day with a whole bunch of money looking at the ocean.
Yeah,
I said, oh man, I had my phone in my hand. Like I woke up in the morning, I'm flipping through. Cause usually I see you and you're an entrepreneur. You own a couple construction businesses and different shit you be doing. I be seeing you redoing yards and doing cement and doing all types of shit. You be like before, after. I'm like, whoa, this shit crazy. My man is really grinding, like putting it in. Like that's just some real man shit.
So aside the rapping, man, and being free, one of the things I took on and I always had, shout out to the Hendrix family. I love operating heavy machinery. Bulldozers, the water truck, you name it. I'm trying to drive the crane.
Let me play with it.
I'm trying to do all that shit. I'm doing that forklift. Yeah, I love that shit. Like getting dirty, put the steel toes on. So I kept that ass and shout out to Loud Hendrix, man. That's somebody that's a great influence on my life. Cause he showed me that shit and gave me an opportunity to come work when I was in the off season. When I needed to come make some money. I ain't scrapping no fucking cans. I mean, no disrespect to the people that's scrapping hard, cause it's millionaires made for that. But I'm working and I'm serving and I'm learning. I'm watching millionaires pull up and back their diesel trailers in, cause they want this many tons of aluminum clean. And I'm the motherfucker loading that shit up with the forklift. I'm like, man, how much they finna get for this in the Philippines? That's where shit been going. One of them, you know, just for example. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm learning, cause you know I'm being around. Like I say, you be around 4 million. You know,
Do the fit.
So that was one of the trips and trades in. I also watched him with the HML movement, Sugar Free was rocking. So I learned a little bit about the rap coming up with that part. Prior to going to prison, and I came home, like I say, I just kept them notes and the mental notes, and I do contracting now. Shout out my bro TH, Terran Brown. We had T&B contracting, and my bro D. We got Johnson and Grant contracting, you know what I'm saying? So what we do from landscaping to small handy jobs, small concrete jobs, you know what I'm saying? If you need artificial turf, we rip your whole yard apart and put a whole new project in. I'm looking to get on the Home Good channel or some shit like that.
Yeah. No, you'll be there.
But we really
You'll
good
be
at
there.
this shit. Yeah.
Keep pushing the line. You're gonna, man, cause all your work is clean. It's a lot of
It's
a lot of love put into it.
Yes, sir.
You can see it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then with people who watching this, hearing your story, like,
Yeah.
damn, like, why? You know, that's why I wanted to do it.
Yeah, so like I just kept the rules, you know, as we've been adding them up through the conversation. Like that place, going back to death, like I don't plan on doing that to the Most High. I mean, I want to live long to 90 years old to be like, till I can tell the Most High, like, I understand, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Cause like you say, life is about understanding. And when you grow old, you grow wise. That's what I call it. That's all praise. You know what I'm saying? I used to ask my grandma, sweet lady, why you got them gray hair? She's like, boy, what about them sweet hair? That's wisdom. And she wrap her shit up like the African queen all the time, keep it wrapped up. Yeah, she was amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, this how we gonna push. Gonna keep the faith. We're not gonna fail again. We're gonna push with everything you got. If you can go from dragging the rake for the motherfuckers and teaching the class for the motherfuckers, even though it was joyful, it was a good experience because I learned other people.
It was preparation to own this company you got now.
Real talk.
You know, you went from pulling a rake to now getting a contract.
Absolutely.
You went from teaching a class to now running a crew.
To the people.
Now you got a crew.
Yeah.
You gotta have a staff. You gotta know these personalities. You gotta know how to get the best out of your people.
Get up in the morning, warm the trays. It's protocol. It's protocol to everything in life. Excuse me. It's protocol to everything in life. You know what I'm saying? In a real way, like. So I try to keep that essence with my business, my music, because music comes. People be thinking it's all joyful and doing this. It is. Like you see me, that was my getaway. I didn't want to talk about music. I didn't want to do nothing. I'm listening to motherfucking Joseph Solomon and then mother Miguel and you know what I'm saying, and Lauryn Hill and like I say, Jaheim and you know what I'm saying, the shit that we was raised on. Like I ain't listening to no rap when you see me on the beach. Yeah. Well, alright. Yeah, I'm doing shit. That's what come to my mind when I really did that when I was right there. That white sand it fucked me up.
It give you more things to rap about.
Yeah, but it's great energy, bro. You need to get away. Especially from being in a room that's smaller as the recording, you know, the average recording room that us rappers that's keeping it 1,000 about what you doing, you know what I'm saying? Because I get more energy from the smaller studios than I get from these big so-called A1, A-list studios, you know what I'm saying? Because it's about energy. Some studios don't portray that good energy. Some engineers, you know what I mean? So I try to pass that good energy so that way they never know more negative energy, you know what I'm saying? Because I understand negative energy. I understand it to the fullest because it almost cost me my life. Behind bars in this case, and possibly my life at that point. You know what I'm saying? So when it took prison, it took everything I've been through, in which we are, what we've been through. It took everything I've been through to understand from this point, and I'm still learning shit. Yeah, I be having differences, you know what I'm saying, at home with the sweet queens, you know what I'm saying. I be like, I might be a difference between them or something, but I be having to take a deep breath, be like, listen here, nigga, you ain't in prison no more for one. I won't be tripping, and I'm not abusive. Never put my hands on a woman because I was raised by a woman, so I understand that too. And I've seen some of my family members and homies that be beating on their women. You feel me? But like, I just have to check myself before I spaz out because I probably yell like she was the homie if I hear the wrong shit. I'm like, what the fuck you say? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you tripping. You watch your mouth. You know what I mean? But I be like, all right. And I laugh that shit off, you know what I'm saying? Just sit back, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta do it. And a lot of times, not fuck sometime now. That's what I changed it. Fuck sometime you gotta be. All the time you gotta be mindful. Like you say, you gotta understand this shit. So I be thinking like, okay. I say shit. Been there. Pushing this shit. Been there. Just keep pushing this positive shit. It's gonna keep you not thinking about none of that shit.
That's crazy. So what's up on the music? Where can we get, when's the next project coming out? What's coming out next? What's new? What's popping? What you got what you working on? What's coming?
Right now, man, I have been dedicating a lot of time just to being a father and freeing Big Face. But we got Benji Blues coming out. We're gonna drop it this winter, you know what I'm saying? I look up to a great release on that. You can find me on all streaming platforms at YUNGFACE, Young Face everything. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, you name it, all streaming platforms, music-wise as well. Yes, sir.
Man, this was a dope interview. I want to do it again. I got so much more stuff. And now that you done talked about stuff, it's more stuff that I already know that I want to ask about mixed in with other stuff. So man, like shit, man, I want to thank you for coming out, man. And I want to encourage everybody to look this brother up, man. Like look him up, Young Face, man. Read about him. Get his videos. He got a lot of videos online. He got a lot of music, but like I told him before this interview, I really don't even care about the music. I know he dope already. I want y'all to know him so y'all can know how dope he is to me. You know what I'm saying? He's a superhero. This is one of Phoenix's own superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Like if one of the Avengers, this is one of the Avengers, man. Thank you for coming, man. Thank you for coming, man. Like I really appreciate it, man. Yeah, I really. If you want to get some shout outs, you want to tell some people you love them, you want to.
Shout out to my Dukes, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my pops, Big Face. Shout out all my brothers and sisters. Happy birthday to my baby sister. Man, shout out to the people, man. You know I'm rocking with the gang, like in a real way, man. Y'all stay tuned, tap in, keep bumping that music. That's everywhere. Like my California fan base has grown. Shout out to the whole United States, and my people in Brazil, man. A special shout out to the favela village, bro. They made a video to my song Crip Walk, the Plug Walk remix. Yeah, I'm at $1 million views. I'm finna be at $1 million views, like 900,000. And it's like, man, it's just an honor and blessing to see a village, and they don't Crip Walk for the purposes in America or what we see in the gang culture society. They just do it because it's a dope ass dance they do and they hard. So they sent me the video and like they hard. So shout out to the favela village in Brazil, man. That's been my peoples, man. Much love. Do Salves, kiddo.
That's dope, man. Hey, y'all know the routine, man. Fuck with your boy, man. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you're not liking, commenting, and subscribing, it ain't gonna put me in the algorithm. People ain't gonna fuck with Freeze TV, and niggas ain't even gonna know about Young Face. You know what I'm saying? We trying to project, man. It's a projection. And while we've been doing this interview, I've been taking up all the motherfucking time because I've been trying to watch Ty. And did they win the game? I want to know what was the outcome. Did Kentucky win?
On this night, Kentucky playing Duke. Shout out to Cuzzo Ty.
Man, yeah, that's dope, bro.
We're going to tune in a minute.
Yeah, we going to know if he won, if they didn't win, if what happened, man. Like, it's fucking crazy to even be able to watch the little homie play on ESPN like that. They had him on Madison Square Garden on the big screen and shit. That shit is dope. You gonna be on there next, man. There's a lot of y'all gonna be on there next. It's our turn, bro. It's our turn. Like, not my turn, not your turn, but Phoenix's turn. And for those who pushing the line from out of here, we gotta make sure we putting the right ones in position to do that. So that being said, make sure you hit the like, comment, subscribe shit, and when you do, hit that bell, that notification bell shit that's like up there on the top, that shit. And yeah, bing it, you know what I'm saying? And when you bing it, put that shit on all, so that whenever we drop these videos, that shit'll keep popping up so you can keep watching. But fuck with your boy, man. We out, man. Peace.